We arrive with nothing. We depart with nothing. This universe ensures you'll leave empty-handed, which means at some point before your exit, you'll face the brutal necessity of releasing what you've accumulated. If you haven't understood this is coming, the awakening hits hard. It's painful to realize you've spent 70 or 80 years chasing goals and now there's no choice. You must let go. If you can attain everything you've been speaking about, go ahead. On everything. This isn't about promoting poverty. But attachment carries consequences. It's not about what you possess. It's about what possesses you. That's the distinction. This universe will deliver your lesson in whatever way you need it. You'll get your mansion, your beautiful partner, everything. Then something will put you back on track, telling you it's time to readjust. Whatever appears in your life, if you have your goal set, what you're not supposed to do is witness something and then, through sensual desire, start pulling things toward you. When ill will arises, when something you don't want appears, someone you don't want to meet, a message you don't want to read, you try to avoid it by taking actions to push it away. Don't do either. Whatever you try to hold on to will swing away from you by its nature. Whatever you try to avoid is just a question of time until it moves close to you. Don't touch the water if you don't want a life that's too shaky. The moment you touch, your touch initiates the ripples. If you want to follow your goal and have it easy, don't touch additional water along that path. Don't touch it because you like something and don't touch it because you dislike something. When you walk toward the goal and you reach here and here and here, you're just rippling your whole surroundings, which means your energy is being drawn away from your initial goal. Unbalanced energies translate into anxiety, dissatisfaction, continuously searching and never being satisfied. Most commonly, not realizing how precious the moments are that you have, replacing them with illusions, dreams, assumptions that aren't real. We don't know if we wake up tomorrow. Yet our plans stretch 5 years, 10 years ahead. The truth remains, we don't know if we wake up tomorrow. The challenge nowadays is balancing vision with reality. The only thing real right now is this moment. I can feel it. You can hear it. This is real. Now imagine you're the director of your own movie. Jump out of your body and watch yourself right now. We sit at the same table and you're writing your story. How do you want to write the story after this? Do you want to feel uncomfortable, unsafe, unloved, unsatisfied? Or how do you imagine a truly good way of living for the next 50 years? Purpose can be different. You might say you like to travel, you like to invest this lifetime to contribute something to those around you. It gives you purpose. This is very personal. I don't believe every human being has the same purpose. But there's another type of purpose. Why do I think in the first place we've been put here with all these possibilities? I think it's a blessing to simply experience. It's a blessing we've been granted the possibility of experiencing what this existence is capable of creating. Joy, happiness, tears, heartbreaks, all of it without separation. The purpose in a way is just be an experience. The problem nowadays is taking your current existence too seriously. If you completely base your identity on what you think you are, it's just a picture right now. Jump out of yourself and be the director. Be the director of this avatar. It opens another perspective. In that moment, you realize it's like a movie. Not everything is always positive. But in moments of struggle, not being caught inside your own creation, your identity, illusion of self, it's a helpful way of thinking. If you're not aware of your own inner layer and somebody insults you, you can just start exploding. But before something explodes, before I explode, first something must be lit. The small flame already must be there. When I already knew who I was going to meet, maybe hearing their name was already the starting point of a potential explosion. You can literally feel when something has been injected into you, when something starts to arise. When the fire is already too big, when the whole house is burning, you're not going to put down that fire. You can only extinguish these fires before things get too big. We must find a way to directly grab the root, the core, the source of the explosion. The only way I know is you need to become more sensitive for everything going on in your body, in your surroundings. This is where awareness plays a role, especially becoming aware of your emotional states. This is absolutely inner work. I usually don't rely much on what people tell me, what they think, what problem they have. I look and can see already what you need. One thing is very simple. You don't use your body as it's intended to be used. Many people sit too much during the day. The body is not active at all. A lot of work, a lot of energy investment is done with the mind. Less energy investment is done with the body. I can see there's an imbalance. Whoever created us didn't create us to sit in one place doing thinking work the whole time. Part of why we've been created is to get out and do something. Consciousness is a big field. Science is another very big field. Some say consciousness creates matter or the other way around. The truth, the fact right now is regardless of science, right now we are here. Your body, my body, we are here. This is what we're having right now. At the same time, we won't have more than 50 more years to go in that body. Very simple, the lifetime of what you carry right now is limited. How do you know you've practiced well? Simply by feeling inside yourself how easy, how willing are you actually to let go of what you have. If you feel you're mentally attached to things, still mentally attached to possessions, you're far away from the state of being that spiritual teaching wants to reveal to you. It's not about what you possess. It's about what of these possessions are possessing you. What to do with suffering. You need to face it. You need to look it in the eye. Whatever is so fearful to you, whatever seems so impossible, whatever is really challenging you, that is the challenge for you in this lifetime to face. Some people have the ability to face it. Some don't. What? Two very important things are missing. Number one, the ability to let go. Number two, courage to face the fear, to face the truth, to face the darkness, to go into the dark. What is the 99.9%? It's dark. It's uncertain. It's unknown. To discover the purpose of life, to discover the intensity and greatness of life, in my thinking there's no alternative than being able to face the darkness and being able to jump into the unknown. But this is nothing we humans are trained for. Everything we've grown up in is not about preparing yourself for uncertainty. It's build up your illusion of security. This is where worlds collide. Courage and the ability to let go. The growth of mental skills and physical skills happens because you're continuously confronted with the comfort zone and forced to leave it. As a martial artist, you're used to this lifestyle. Something hurts, but it's okay. Let's go through it. Pain won't stop us. It's just an indication of where our limit is at this moment. Because we understand this on the physical level, it starts to transcend and translate into the mental way of thinking. If suffering is there, I'm not going to run away from it. I'm not going to ignore it. I'm going to find a way to overcome the suffering. This is the important distinction, to overcome suffering. Not to ignore suffering, not to run away from suffering, not to create your dream world in order to not face suffering. The suffering is there. The enemy is there. Face it. If you're not strong enough to face it at this moment, invest your lifetime to make yourself strong enough to one day be able to face it. In my world, if you don't face it, it will always be part of your existence. Maybe this way isn't for everyone. That is the truth. But I'm not here to propagate anything. These are my thoughts. Make yourself strong. Prepare yourself in this lifetime for the end. Prepare for the end in the now. We're preparing for the end in the now. The end of what? The end of that. You're going to lose your identity whether you want to or not. You don't need to worry about losing your ego during this lifetime. If you manage to do it, good. If you don't manage, it's going to happen anyway. But it's going to happen without your acknowledgement. Very rapidly, from one day to another. What's the most difficult thing for us to face? When the status quo changes too quickly. If we can prepare, everything is easy to take. If you have time to prepare, it's always easier. Something comes too abrupt, too quick, it's difficult to take. This is why it makes sense. Prepare for the end. I'm sorry all this sounds depressive. Maybe it's not. It only sounds depressive. But the great part is something ends, something new begins. I think it's very obvious when you're suffering. You cannot sleep. You cannot focus. You don't have a smile on your face. Your face doesn't look healthy. Your energy feels constricted. There's no openness, no lightness. There's heaviness. There are many signs how suffering expresses itself, but it goes hand in hand with your ability. Can you see yourself? There's only one way to see yourself. Let go of yourself and then you can see yourself without judgment. Look yourself in the mirror. This is a nice practice. Stand in front of the mirror, look at yourself for 5 or 10 minutes. Look deep inside. Look at your skin. Look at the scars on the face, on the body. Everything about you, there's a story behind it. Nothing on your body is there by coincidence. Looking at yourself and reading the history about yourself is something many people cannot do. In Buddhist teaching there's a saying, there are 3 things that can never be hidden: the sun, the moon, the truth. Whatever you've done in this lifetime, consciously or unconsciously, it's better to know what has been done. Then you know who you are and you know what to adjust. If there are still too many things of the past inside you that you don't even know about, things that are unresolved, it's difficult to move on. The only way to move on is to unknot all the connections you've established in the past. It's not an easy thing to do. What do I mean by let go? Very often it's thoughts that make us suffer. It's something you have here inside right now. Everybody sitting here, you're not starving. Hopefully you don't have any physical threatening pain. So there's no reason right now for you to be in this room and suffer. But it's absolutely possible you're sitting there and inside your mind you're still thinking about the fight you had yesterday with your partner, the conflicts, the arguments. That means it's possible you're suffering, but you're suffering because of thinking. You're suffering because of something immaterial, something you cannot grasp. Then I tell you, just let go. Just forget about what happened yesterday. Come back to the presence. The presence is right now here in the room. If you're able to do this, suffering gone. But it's not easy, which is why it needs to be practiced. In all these 41 years, I was in contact with many different traditions, philosophies, teachings. The only thing until today that remains true for me, with our thoughts we create the world. This is the ultimate truth. With your thoughts you are creating the world. There's something about the mind beyond all physical activities. The objective in this lifetime is get an understanding. What is this thinking mind, awareness, consciousness? I think this is the key. The challenges aren't getting easier. The more skillful you become, the more light you want to become, the more you're striving for liberation, the more you're being tested to let go. Easy things, simple things, no problem to let go. Ultimately, the hardest thing is to let go of whatever you have created. Try to learn instead of thinking to switch to feeling life. Feeling life simply means instead of thinking and running, letting the machine run, you go and do something. That can be any kind of art, Tai Chi, Qigong, meditation. There are so many different ways. It doesn't matter which method you use. The important thing is you do something that doesn't cause you to analyze, interpret, think, that makes you simply more simple. When you start to become simple, everything becomes simple. Your thoughts, your emotions, everything. Looking at yourself happens. Observation is not something you do. Observation happens. My recommendation is start practicing.